Hello, this is Lady Boule, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. Well, today my topic is the desperation of immigration. We've been talking about immigration a little bit on this channel and the challenges that African Americans might be facing in dealing with immigrants, both socially and in the job market. But today, in light of what happened in Texas with all of those people being found dead in that trailer, I think that we need to talk about the desperation of immigration because we can always look at things from a personal standpoint of how things affect us personally. But I have spoken in the past about America and America having a bottom caste. Now, a bottom caste is made up of people that are desperate. Anybody who would get inside of a tractor trailer truck, supposedly refrigerated. It was supposed to be cool, but when they found those bodies, they say that it was not. There was no sign that any air conditioning was working. There were about 64, 65 people all total. 51 people lost their lives. 6 others eventually died, and the others were suffering from heat stroke or some other form of heat damage. So that is a desperate situation for people. In the United States, we are used to a particular kind of discrimination we call racism, bias, prejudice, and all of the issues with living in the United States. But we stay, and we stay for a very good reason. This is a stabilized economy. We have some degree of expectation about what our day-to-day lives will be. And so most of us are not just going to pick up and go somewhere else. But there are people who in the world who are willing to risk their lives to get to the United States, to get what we have. And they won't get what we have because we are American citizens. And I just want to urge Black Americans to see that for what it is. Things are not exactly the way we would like for them to be here in the United States. And for people who say they want to overthrow this government and remove white supremacy, my question would be, and what would you replace it with? Because that is something that has to be very, very well thought out. To overthrow a country and a government like the United States of America not only takes a long time, but it takes a whole lot of courage. And I don't see that courage walking around every day from where I live. So as an African American to other African Americans, I'm asking a real question. Which would you rather be? An American citizen or an illegal immigrant trying to get to the United States to become an American citizen? Because I think at the end of the day, that's the question. These people are risking life and limb to get to this country, and they may not ever become American citizens. And we are American citizens with the chances and opportunities that they are hoping for, because there's no guarantee that they're going to come here and live this great American dream. But for the hope of being able to do so, they're willing to risk their lives. So the desperation of immigration is that there are people in the world who will risk it all to come to the United States of America, walk away from their homeland, their culture, their people, everything they know. They're willing to give it all up for a chance to get here, for the chance to become an American citizen. That is the desperation of immigration. Now, having this ongoing influx of immigrants into the country will affect the economy and the job market, and many feel that it will directly affect African Americans. The job market in the United States is robust, and there are places where there is a greater demand for workers than other places. Now, the immigrants who come here will go where the jobs are. Sometimes African Americans don't like to relocate, but there is a demand for skilled laborers in the United States. There are places where they are hiring and can't fill these positions fast enough. I believe that this is one of the areas in which African Americans can compete and do well. There are other initiatives designed to get more African Americans in the job market. I think that it would be helpful for people who are having problems to go to the local unemployment office and talk about where the demand for jobs are and what areas. So I think that there are more opportunities out there than people might know. But I don't think that African Americans want to continue to compete for low-level, low-paying jobs. Because what that means is that you're staying in the bottom caste. And I think that we've spent enough time in the bottom caste. But we do have to look at the opportunities that are available and take advantage of them. I have also made the case that America is making an effort to move African Americans out of the bottom caste. Now, we saw the initiative by Goldman Sachs in which they're investing $10 billion in African American women over a 10-year period. The state of Georgia has initiated a program called In Her Hands, and this is a program that is focused on Black women because they face more economic inequality and insecurity than nearly every other demographic group. 200 women are selected. 100 of them will receive $850 a month for 2 years. The other half will receive a $4,300 lump sum payment and $700 for the next 23 months. And this is done to try to help them stabilize their households, whether it is to go back to school and get a skill, or make a down payment on a house, or start a business. But it is done to help them to stabilize their household. So there are initiatives offered to help African Americans get out of the bottom caste. There are colleges that are offering the top 10 students in predominantly Black or all Black schools full ride scholarships. There are also companies that are networking with high schools to train students in the specific jobs that they need. And these are also in low-income areas or in predominantly Black or all Black areas. So there are initiatives being made all over the country to help African Americans. America knows what it's done. And it's amazing that African Americans have done as well as we have. But America knows what it has done, and something does need to be done to help. And for me personally, it is heartbreaking that every time something comes up, African Americans feel threatened. I believe we all feel that on some level, but there are people who feel threatened. Immigrants are coming. They feel threatened. They just overturned abortion. Now Black women are supposed to feel threatened. Whatever happens in America, somehow Black people feel or are made to feel that we're supposed to feel threatened or be angry. And this is some of the carryover from slavery, I think. That we can never relax in our emotions. There's always something to be upset about. I guess we inherited that from the whole slave system, from the whole 400 years that we did. But it's a shame that every time something comes down, Black people feel threatened. It's something that's supposed to threaten Black people. Now we know good and doggone well Black women are not having the most abortions. But now all of a sudden, well, Black women need to really get upset about this. We need to get out in the streets and fight until they overturn this and bring back abortion. Black people need to get out here of immigration and really fight because we're going to lose all of our jobs. Just every time something comes up, Black people are supposed to be angry or upset. And I believe that's something that we have to work on personally. People who are forcing their way into this country illegally are desperate. And desperate people do not have a lot of options. I have said this before and I will say it again. America is going to have a bottom caste. Now, when you don't have any options, you force your way into a country illegally, then you're going to have to take what you can get. This is something that I think we could watch to see how it turns out. Joe Biden, President of the United States, has said the border is closed. Now, these people keep coming up here. He said the border is closed. We're going to send you back. Now, they're not sending all of them back. Some of them are locked up here in cages. Now, African Americans really need to take note of that. Pay close attention to that. The border is closed. Why do you think they keep telling those people that? Why they continue to warn them the border is closed? And they will defiantly come on up in here. When Donald Trump was the president, he said we're going to build a wall. And they said it was going to be a 25-foot wall. I believe that's what they said. And their answer was, well, if you build a 25-foot wall, we're going to build a 27-foot ladder. So they're going to come anyway. Now, that's their attitude. Now, once they get over that wall, or once they come across that border, guess who's in charge? The United States of America. Now, we have to think about how we got here against our will. We didn't want to come, but we were forced here, and look how we were treated. Now, these people are coming, and they're asking them not to come, and they're coming anyway. Now, what do you really think is going to happen to them? These people are desperate. If you risk your life to get out of your homeland where you have agency and where your heritage is to come somewhere that you think is going to be better, you are desperate. You're putting yourself in danger and also at risk of being treated the way anybody wants to treat you. I stand with the African American family. We have reasons to be fearful, suspicious, and angry. But I'm saying that we should give ourselves a chance to breathe. I'll say this, and I truly believe it, we have a better chance of getting out of where we are in the bottom caste than they have of getting where we are. As American citizens, and letting them get a driver's license is not the same as them becoming American citizens. But let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.